Chapter 3. A new name for riding in a cab, trapped in a rolling room with roommates who think they know everything in the whole world. Can't nothing really prepare you for the moment your coach, the man who you don't even really have eyebrows on his face, gets down on all fours in the middle of the track and yells for you to come up over to him. Nothing. But that's what happened. And yeah. Let's see it, coach called out. See what? I was standing in the starting line at the first. I thought coach was trying to be funny, cracking a joke, to see how far I'd go with it. Your hurdle. Coach flung his hands out like he was waving me toward him. His back had a hump in it, arched and uncomfortable looking. Come hurdle me. Honestly, this was one of the strangest things I've ever heard coach say. And he says a lot of strange things. He was always doing stuff like this, but this was on another level. It just seemed wrong. Just jump. He nodded. Over you. He nodded again, then backtracked and said, well, no, don't jump, Lou. Phew, thank goodness. Then the coach added, hurdle me. Low speed. Now let's go. On my whistle. What? I made sure the chains were tucked into my fitted jersey to keep them from slapping me in the face. Then got in position. Coach put the whistle in his mouth. Beep! I took off running, only a little faster than a jog. And as I approached Coach, I just jumped, like hopped over him before hitting the brakes. The whole thing was stupid. It was like a bunny hop, a leapfrog. You told I told you not to jump, Coach reminded me. And I was immediately happy everyone else was busy fart licking. And my mother wasn't still doing the whole sit in the stands and watch her boy practice every day thing, like at the beginning of the season. I know, but you so low to the ground, it just didn't make sense to. It doesn't matter that I'm a smaller hurdle. We approach it the same, big, small, big, whatever. So this time, I want you to hurdle me. Hurdle me. Lead with a knee. Coach still on the ground, put his whistle back in his mouth, then took it out to add, now get on your mark. Whistle back between teeth. Beep! I took off again, this time a little faster, hurdling Coach, like he asked. Knee first, jumping way over him. Better. But you're running like you're running a regular dash. So you keep your body low for too long. But that's not what this is. Got to get up quicker. Coach sat up, rested on his knees, and started pumping his arms to demonstrate what I was supposed to look like. Even though if I looked like he looked, then I would look ridiculous, like a turtle trying to speed up. Got me? Let's go. Beep. Better. Again. Beep. Don't get lazy. Again. I felt so silly, but I kept doing it, kept running faster and faster toward Coach, leaping over him, way over him, over and over again, until finally he stood up. How's the ankle? He asked for a second time. It's cool. I tried to catch my breath. You sure? Yeah, I'm good. And I guess Coach took that as I'm ready for something tougher, a real hurdle, because he went to grab one that was off the side of the track and dragged it over into the fourth lane, where he had just been acting like a human hurdle. Back on the line, Coach stood on the side, blew the whistle, and I started sprinting down the track again. And right when I got to the hurdle, I pulled up and I just couldn't jump it. I felt like maybe my rhythm was off or something. Like I was going to clip it like I did at the meet. What happened? Coach asked. Nothing, I asked. Let's do it again. I went back to the starting line. This time, ain't even wait for the whistle. Just took off. Lead with the knee. Hurdle it. But as soon as I got a few steps away, 1 second from the metal legs, wooden bar, it got taller. In my mind, at least, it did. So I dipped off the side and went around it. I don't know how to explain this, but I felt stupid. I should have been able to do this. I've been training to do this almost a month, and was pretty good jumping in them until the last meet, my first really running the actual race, and then the crash. I should have been able to jump this thing because I could. I could do it, at least on the track. Shoot, I would even run a mile if Coach ain't bring Chris back. I don't know how good I would have done, but I think I could have done at least okay. After all, I'm the man, the kid, the guy, Lucky, Lukey, Lukey Lou. Nobody on the team was looking, Lou. I started back down the track when Coach called out to me. It's enough for today. That's what he said. But when I heard this, you can't do it, felt like I got punched in the back. No, 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 Coach, let me try one more. Fall in with Ghost and give me some fartleks for the rest of the practice. We'll try something else tomorrow. I ain't argue. I wanted to, but nah. After practice, me and Ghost helped Coach put cones and discuss discuses and whatever else track things he pulled out from the cab's truck treasure back treasure trunk back in it. But most of the team had already left except Crystal and Brit Brat, who were putting in some extra drills with Wit, who was timing them. Patty and Sonny had already bounced. Lou, I'm just going to let you know right now, don't be trying to ride in my limo all the time. I know it's a piece of junk, but it's my piece of junk. Ghost joked, sliding into the back seat. I slid in beside him, slammed the door. Oh, really? Coach said from up front, yanking his seatbelt across his chest. If I'm your chauffeur, you owe some cash, Castle. He dragged Ghost's name and rubbed the tips of the thumb and index finger together. A lot of it. Man, what you asking me for? Lou got all the money. You see how they flashing on us? The gold chain? God. Glass in his ears? These diamonds, boy. I had to let him know. Exactly. You heard him, Coach. Diamonds. Ghost slapped me on the arm. Pay the man. Yeah, whatever. As we pulled out of the parking lot and started toward the Glass Manor, we were dropping Ghost off first since he didn't live that far from the park. Ghost started running through ideas and names for my future little brother and sister. I'm thinking Ghost if it's a boy. And if it's a girl, Ghost, he suggested. No. Why not? Ghost is such a good name for a boy or a girl, like Alex or Aaron. Aaron? Coach said. He was on the phone talking to his wife, Miss Margot. They were talking about their baby son, Tyrone, and how the weather was irritating him, allergies. Ghost was irritating me, allergies. And now Coach was chiming in. Yeah, you never knew a girl named Erin? Hold on, honey, he said into the ridiculous "Can I take your order" headset he was wearing, then shot back at Ghost. No, I've met young ladies named Erin, though. That's what I said. Erin. Right. I said Aaron, not Aaron. Aaron. What's the coach? What are you saying the same thing? Aaron. No. Doesn't matter at all. Aaron, or whatever different version of the name Coach kept saying, definitely ain't happening. I shut that down. Okay, what about Castle? What about shut up? Ghost did the so hand wag. I think it will shut up would have a tough life. He stood his he stood his he shook his head. Coach laughed and whispered something. I know about us to his wife. Driving through Glass Manor wasn't much different from driving through Barnaby Terrace, except folks around Glass Manor lived in buildings, and we lived in connected houses, row homes. We lived side by side. They lived up and down. Either way, we all shared walls. Plus, the vibe is the same. People on the block talking, kids tossing football back and forth across the street, heaving it like they were just the right height, high enough to get over the oncoming cars, but low enough not to clip the telephone wires. music from somebody inside, music from everybody outside. When I pulled up to the ghost's apartment, he opened the car door, and as soon as he got a leg out, Coach started up. Hold on, wait 1 second, he said, flipping his hand behind him. Palms up. 10 smackers, please. Ghost smacked Coach's hands and said, How about 5? Then jumped out of the car and slammed the door. Coach rolled the window down and yelled, I quit. Better lace some fancy sneakers up and get ready to walk home from now on. Ghost ignored them. Then Coach looked at me through the rear view. Want to get up in front? No, I'm good back here, I said, leaning against the door. Get up front, Coach's voice thickened. So I got up front. As we pulled from Glass Manor, away from Ghost's apartment and the noise of the up and down life, Coach asked, So tell me, you scared to jump hurdles now? Scared to jump them? I repeated, looking at the side of Coach's face. Ghost always said he looked like a turtle, and he was right. But a mad turtle, almost like a ninja turtle. Coach scratched his chest, his t-shirt tugged down, slowly, showing the dark tattoo around his neck. Not really, I said, but I'm scared of not jumping them and breaking my whole body up. You saw what happened on Saturday. I ain't built for that kind of embarrassment, Coach. Plus, I'm way too pretty for bruises. I thought that was funny, a joke, but Coach didn't laugh or crack a smile or nothing. He stopped the car. We hadn't even made it way off Ghost's block yet. He whipped the cab over next to the parked truck and slapped his blinkers on. I'm just joking, dang. I tried to explain, but Coach tightened his face, bit down bottom lip like a lemon eater. He turned away from me, looked out the window, letting the words sit between us for a second. I thought about changing the subject and telling him about the new future little baby, but instead, I just ain't said nothing. Already said enough. Just leaning over to see who Coach was looking at, not waving at, now waving at. An old man, maybe 50, maybe 60, hard to tell because his face was 40, but his body looked 80. He was sweeping the sidewalk. Walking beside him was another dude, a guy with an old body and an old face, but he had a wild, jumpy bop, and it was obvious he was buzzing and bothering the young faced old man about something. Coach rolled the window down. Everything all right, Mr. Jeff? Coach asked. Young face turned toward the cab. Hey now, Otis. He lifted the broom in the air like a magic wand. I'm fine. But I'm trying to convince this fool to get away from me before I sweep him up with the rest of the mess in the wind done blown around here. I got a daughter just like him, always begging. I'm trying to take care of her son right now while she tries to get herself together. So all my money, every red cent, is going to the goodwill and his belly. Grandson gonna eat me out of house and home into a doggone hole. The old man shook his head hard. And now this joker come here asking spare change. He got some nerve.